Miller Johansson, I'm almost at a loss for words here. An incredible fight to the final meters. You are the Junior World Rally Champion 2025. Well done.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, tough week. I done some mistakes, so yeah, it all played down to this very last stage, and 7 seconds behind, I gave it my all in here. Oh, such a relief, such a relief.
World champion, how does that sound?
I don't know, I think it's gonna take some time to let this sink in, but wow, that was a stage from us.
Well, welcome along to the after hours coverage. We are just watching Miller Johansson becoming the Junior World Champion, claiming the title and also claiming that incredible prize. Myself and Julia Negracia will be with you for the next half an hour to watch this for a moment and then sum up what has been an almighty weekend in terms of rallying here in Central Europe. Spectacular scenes down at the finish line for the power stage right now, but we have also got a whole lot to talk about. Kalle Rothenperä taking the win, Julian. But first of all, for one young man here, this is the start of something very exciting.
Yes, he climbed the step quite quickly, I will say, because last year he was still in ERC, winning this seat this year in WRC Junior. So congrats to him, his co-driver also. It has been a long road. To finish in style like this with such a performance, it will push him even further in his own limits for the future. It will be a big step for next year also. The car will be way more powerful. He will have some opponents in front of him that will be quite strong also to beat. But yeah, congrats, and I know what we are speaking about. We were there. When was it? Yeah, in 2008 we won this championship. I remember that before the last race, sorry, we had a spun in Spain. We broke the engine, and everything has to be done in Corsica. So I know the pressure those guys could have here.
Well, they succeeded under pressure, but they only did it by 1.6 seconds ahead of Taylor Gill. He finished that stage just a matter of minutes before Miller Johansson, and it went down to the wire. It was touch and go all the way between the two of them. Ali Turkan as well was in that fight until earlier on today. An absolutely brilliant drive all weekend with Taylor Gill. We'll chat about Taylor in a sec. Molly's got him.
Oh, Taylor, the anticipation in your face. I'm sure you did everything you could in there. Miller on the last split, 8.4 quicker. He's still got some Ks to go though.
Okay. Let's see.
What did you do in here? You happy?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good run. The tyre started to overheat quite a lot right at the end, but yeah, anyway, couldn't have done much more, I felt.
I'd like you to just wait a few meters up here for Miller, okay? Don't let him know.
Oh, that was some tender moments there. That was Taylor Gill coming to the end of the stage. He obviously ran through the stage first. It was Miller, the last of the juniors on that stage. And it was down to the last seconds as well. A fantastic way to finish off. And what a junior title we've had all year.
Well, yeah, we can have a look to the final results. 1.6 seconds after a full whole season. Can you imagine? This is what made the difference in between the champion and the runner-up. Unfortunately, of course, we have seen a very sad Taylor Gill. Yes, let's say those two guys delivered a very great fight during the whole season. Each of them deserved to win. Yeah, I can't wait to see what will be next, even for Taylor Gill. Maybe we'll have some opportunities in WRC2 next year.
Indeed, indeed. All right, well, if you are wondering, on our slightly different location, it looks a bit like we're in a nightclub, because this is where the final podiums will be for the Central European Rally. They'll run behind us, but there's quite a ways before they get back here, but that will all unfold behind us. But for now, we're keeping you company, just recapping everything that has happened. So let's go to Julian Porter. He's got Calais up there now. All right, we'll hand up to Julian. Well done.
It's going to be brilliant, Yanni, as well. Obviously, these people have all been waiting here to, rather than watching the action, even though it's close. But a week ago, you announced that this is going to be your final few rallies. What better way to start those final few rallies than a win, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, the plan was to push hard on the last 3 ones because we know that they are also counting on the championship. So luckily we started like this. Now again, our chances are not the best, but they are increasing.
They are increasing. What was it like out there? I mean, relatively good conditions apart from a little bit of rain somewhere, but how challenging was it this weekend?
Yeah, even on dry, this event is always a big challenge. This year a lot of anti-cuts, which is nice. It stays more clean, more proper tarmac rally, but still we see a lot of pollution in places and tricky places, so it's a big challenge.
It is a big challenge. I'm going to bring the man in that has guided you through the weekend. Joni, unsung hero normally is the co-driver. What's it been like sitting next to him this weekend?
Quite busy.
I suspect it has been very busy. I suspect it has. You absolutely stink of champagne, but that's what you like, yeah?
Well, I don't know if I like to stink like champagne, but I like the taste sometimes.
Okay, well, you've got 2 more to go, another 2 wins or something, and there's another podium to go. What he's just discovered, he's not very happy about another podium, but some more champagne to come.
Yeah, but if we can somehow manage to win the last 2 events, we can win the title, so that's the goal.
Did you hear that? 2 wins and you win the title, simple.
Yeah, I'm not good at maths, but I know that.
Hopefully he's good at maths, yeah?
Good enough.
Okay, our winners of the Central European Rally, Kalle Rovanperä and Joni Halttunen.
I like that. I'm not good at maths, but I know that. Right. Well, we have got the overall championship standings as they are at the end of Central European Rally. We head into Japan and Saudi Arabia, so that's the 2 potentials. Right now, Elfyn Evans is 13 points clear of both of them. How is that possible? We have 2 rounds left, and we have Sebastian Ogier, an 8-time world champion, and Kalle Rovanperä, a 2-time world champion, tied on 234 points. The reason for the order, Sebastian Ogier sits above Kalle Rovanperä at the moment because he has had more wins. So if they continue in this vein and if they are tied in Saudi, it will go Sebastian Ogier's way. So Kalle Rovanperä needs to get a clean sweep now to win. But Elfyn Evans for the United Kingdom is looking very, very strong at the moment. 13 points clear. That gives him the buffer. That gives him what he needs. That gives him opening the road in Japan as well, which is not a bad thing.
Yes, coming back to Calais, that was here the winner of this very, very difficult event. We have seen a strong pace once again. He was able to match the pace of Sebastian Ogier that had nothing to lose. You know, we have been very impressed in Canarias by Kalle Rovanperä. We didn't expect him, if we are honest, on such performance there. He's shown that it was not a pure luck, let's say, and he's quite confident and easy when we speak about tarmac nowadays. It's something that the French usually defend quite well, but it's nice for the championship that the Finnish guys can participate to this battle also on tarmac.
Yeah, indeed, participate. Kalle Rovanperä is certainly doing on tarmac at the moment, and perhaps, in fact, absolutely showing how good he is out there. All right, so it is a win for Kalle Rovanperä, so that he was 21 points behind Sebastian Ogier in that championship title fight, who was leading at the time. Sebastian Ogier and himself are now tied just 13 points behind Elfyn Evans. Can Elfyn Evans hold on and keep Kalle Rovanperä at bay? This is very exciting times for Elfyn, but it's not like he's not been here before. We talked about it. You were the guys that toppled him in Monza in 2021. Such disappointment for him, but he was leading the championship at that point. He is there again with 2 rounds to go. He's a stronger man, though, today, perhaps, than he was then.
And once again, we have to remember that he has been the one leading the championship most of the year, and he's taking back again his place.
Yeah.
He didn't lose it such a long time, actually, his place of leader of this championship. So, yes, reliability. He didn't show. Let's say he's a little bit less reliable than the other guys in terms of performance, but he never makes mistakes. He's always on the roads. Sometimes he could make some better choice setup-wise, it seems, but Evans is definitely someone on which we can count on. He will be lucky to be in front in Japan. It means that he will have some very good conditions on the ground. The question mark will be indeed, but this is in a long time already in Saudi. What will happen there, the dust, the conditions, new ready for everyone, that's another story. Here, he has shown that he can still be on the good wagon, let's say. Yeah, we would like him to be a bit more crazy sometimes, you know, a bit more
we would,
spiky.
Perhaps he knows exactly what he's doing. We would like to see that. Perhaps Elvin knows exactly what he's doing. That quiet, demure man perhaps might just get exactly what he deserves this season. We will find out. All right. Well, Sébastien Ogier, to be honest, if he hadn't have had that puncture yesterday, hadn't have had that crash yesterday, this would be a very different story. He's just made it a whole lot harder for himself because he was in command of this situation at one point or another.
Yes, and here we are in this corner where everything changed. Suddenly understeering due to a front left puncture on his tire. He could not turn. He did put in the turning at the right moment. Luckily, he just damaged the front left corner. The mechanics could repair it quite, I would say, easily yesterday night. And this is what offered him the possibility to score the maximum points today, Sunday, Super Sunday plus power stage. Yeah, once again, you have shown that he was speaking about that before the rally. He was saying this is impossible to have a full season without doing any mistake.
Funny that you said that at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, it can be a mechanical issue, it can be a co-driver issue, it can be a driving a mistake. But here in this case, let's say that it was just unlucky to have this puncture and go straight in the trees. Well. We were speaking also about Calais Rovanperä just before, and Calais said we are lucky to be here. It's good to be here already. Meaning, wow, that was some action. That was a tight battle with Seb Ogier, and I was not sure myself not to crash. They were right on the limit.
And what you're referring to is at the end of that stage where Seb crashed, and yeah, exactly. They were both in that moment. I think it was 0.6 separating them in that moment. They were pushing to the ultimate limits of what they could at that moment. And of course, it was Sébastien Ogier that had the bad luck, but he didn't have the bad luck on Super Sunday. Certainly had a fantastic day today. We knew he would make sure he got the Super Sunday points and as much as he could out of the Wolf Power stage. So that's Juha, because of course we haven't quite mentioned it yet, but Toyota are once again the manufacturers' world champions. That's with 2 rounds in hand. A fantastic way to finish up their season with 3 guys of their own battling it out. But for now, tonight, it is all about the World Champion Manufacturers title. There you go. Let's just have a look at that. So 632 in the end was their points haul to Hyundai's at 464. In fairness, Hyundai put up a good fight, but it was just these final rounds that really separated them. And of course, you can see the rest of the best on the screen there in 3rd and 4th. Let's have a look at the podium now as they celebrate. And Kai was watching this in the control room as I was just lining up to speak to him, and it was an impressive moment. Look at that for another manufacturer's win.
It's great to see that they've been fighting during the whole weekend like hell, and now
they can celebrate
together. No, that's a very nice move for Juha Kankkunen and his whole team. Kyle Lindström, all the engineers, for sure they deliver a huge job. This victory didn't come here by pure luck. They've been working hard to keep the distance to Hyundai, the performance, the reliability. And also, I think one of the key was the understanding of the tire at the beginning of the season. This is a new Hankook tire, and I think the engineers in Toyota had a better understanding of how it works.
Well, they've certainly got to grips with it all, but here is Kai Lindström just to reflect on what a season it's been. Kai, we've just watched the podium. Now that is an incredible moment. That is a full Toyota onslaught there. What an amazing weekend. Congratulations on an amazing season.
Thank you so much. And some of the people are here behind, some still in the tire fitting zone. So big thank you to everybody. They all made it possible, and really happy for everyone.
Well, it would be nice for your nerves if this was done and we decided our World Championship as well, but we haven't, and all 3 of your boys are now going to battle it out over the next couple of rounds. It's an amazing fight still to come.
Yeah, it seems that they made it even more tight now. I mean, few points lead Elvin has, and then Kalle and Sepp with equaling points in the second place. So it's going to be tough.
Well, congratulations and enjoy the celebrations and on to Japan.
Thank you so much. We will. Thanks.
Well, there we go. These are the Super Sunday points. And of course, we'll get the Wolf Power stage points on for you as well. But Sebastian Ogier taking the full haul of 5 points for Super Sunday. Evanson with 4 points and Kalle with 3 points. Irrespective of that, Sebastian Ogier and Kalle Rothenpera are now tied. And this is the full amount of points. So Kalle with the 3 on the power stage. I'm sure he'll be a bit disappointed with that. Elvin Evans with the 4. And it is then Sebastian Ogier as well, who missed out on Saturday points, but certainly got the Super Sunday 10 that he needed to keep himself in contention with everything that is happening in that World Championship title fight. Now listen, as we came into this weekend, Ott Tänak was one of the 4 that we thought could win a World Championship title. He was certainly in contention. He was 43 off, but it looks like a different story now, but he's certainly pushed to the max. He's had a few moments. Those Hyundais have been difficult to drive this weekend, irrespective of the 2024 car or 2025 car. It's been a tough haul, and he managed to get that all the way to the end.
Can you imagine all what happened in between Chile and here in the Hyundai squad? They had to take the decision to more or less leave the manufacturer championship a bit away by taking this man Ott Tänak out of scoring points in order just to give him the possibility to have the maximum elements mechanically speaking and in terms of regulation. Like this, he is free. He has no more links in between the rallies to have that spare elements available. It shows the 2024 car.
Was better on tarmac, yeah.
Yes, because he said that he had a bit more mileage with this one. He felt a bit more confident and comfortable with it. That was a bit of a bet also, of course, a car that is 1 year old. He has shown some good speed in some certain conditions when it was more bumpy. I guess also there is a question of braveness coming from this man Ott Tänak when this is very narrow on the wet conditions with all those leaves everywhere. We can count on this man also, whatever the car he has. But he's not a magician either, and in the end, I think he was very thankful to his team and to give him this opportunity to fight, to defend his chances by its own. The mission didn't work for this time, even though he was a very good contender for Evans, I would say. He pushed him into his limits also. Okay, we have 5 seconds penalty that has been given to Elfin at the beginning of the.
Do you know what? We've actually forgotten to talk about that actually, because he's managed to pull up. Yeah, but then I suppose
in front of Tänak.
I suppose Ott had his own penalty by that spin, the bridge, the curse of the Beyond Borders stage for the Hyundais. Adrian into a field, Thierry into the bridge the first time, and Ott so close to the repaired bridge in the last run. That was in the penultimate stage, which meant that he lost the place to Elvin. We do have, there we go. There's the, because we haven't actually managed to see that in its full effect. There you go. It was just a sort of glimpse, a full 360 round. Just took the time out, so you know we were getting his splits through, and he was saying he's dropped 5 seconds. That's where he lost the place to Elvin. However, he managed to finish himself up on the podium. It's not a bad place. All podiums count. When all's said and done, when you sit down in the quiet, the podiums are the things that matter.
I'm not sure if you have Ott Tänak answering there. He will be happy of this podium. He has been, strong. He believed in his chances until the very end, and this is all what we can say right now, because we cannot compare the Hyundai's car. Of course, the setup, everything was different. I think Ott Tänak will have the possibility to show a new pace once again on tarmac in Japan. Question mark, which car will he take there?
Well, I suppose he can just decide. He can take his time and decide.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they were talking about the logistics of this. Everything's got to be on the way pretty much Monday, hasn't it? So
yes, that's the thing. All the guys are already preparing everything from here, ready to be sent in the planes to Japan already this week. So you see, this is not only a question of setup, of performance. This is also a whole team that is working behind. ahead, and sending materials in Japan and Saudi is quite a difficult task from what I heard.
Yes, I think the logistics, is a strong ask. Well, and it was a good battle right the way down to this round here in Central Europe for Honda. They were only 5 points. It was only 5 points that Toyota had to outscore them by, but they were sort of in the contention of this. They could have taken it further. So it has been a pretty strong battle all the way. It's not just gone in Toyota's favour. Yes, it's gone in the end in Toyota's favour, but it's been a battle down to the third to last round.
Yes, I would have wished to see the performance of Neville and Fomo. We will speak a little bit later, I guess. Here, just to give us a bit of feeling what will come next, and does Hyundai is on the right way setup-wise and in terms of managing the performance of his car. Unfortunately, it has been another story today. But what to say? We know that Hyundai is thinking about the future. They have said that they will be there next year, 2026. That's written. They say that they want also to be there in 2027 with a new car. But it means that next year will be a very terrible year for the manufacturers, especially for Toyota right now, because they will have, I would say, triple job. Preparing and winning, of course, maintaining the trophy next year.
But they've got to make a decision, really, haven't they? Do they put all their eggs into 2027, or do they continue on at 26? And at some point, maybe midway through the season, if it's sort of looking decided, then they may move away from sort of the 2026 to make sure they've got the ultimate 2027 car. It's going to be interesting to see.
And what I mean is that on the ground, they will have to test the 2026 car to win the events. They will have to prepare the next car at the same time with the same amount of people. The engineers will have double or triple amount of work, I would say. Probably they will have also to employ some extra drivers to develop the tests and the testing days for this new car and so on. So it's going to be a busy day next year, but the people, the teams will be tired. Definitely there is not so much time in between the end of this championship and the start of the new one. Everything is arriving very quickly.
Well, talking to Andrew Wheatley, he was saying Thierry, although not the most successful weekend, was feeding plenty of data back. He was doing so much work for the team. But this is how Thierry's weekend finished up in the end. Such disappointment for him. This was the first of his sort of dramas. Lucky to come out of that as unscathed as he did.
Yes, this is a kind of mistake that I would say that can happen. And it was his first moment, I will say, and then he arrives on this big jump, and this is not a good line at the very beginning of the jump, and he lands on the bank. The sentence, the sentence is very very clear. He just broke a suspension and damaged the tires of his car. This is why he lost every chance to win this rally for sure. But it could have stopped there. The most terrible accident he had was there on this bridge this morning. He mainly arrived too quickly in this corner. This is kind of blind corner, tightening onto this bridge. Luckily, him and his co-driver Martin didn't suffer any injury, which could have been the case because it was quite a strong impact.
Yeah, that's what, when I spoke to him, he said how much of a hard hit it was. I mean, obviously we knew that, but you know, when I spoke to him, well, actually, rather than me telling you, let's listen to him. Okay, Thierry, first and foremost, we just want to know how you are.
Feeling okay, honestly. A bit sore at the moment. Me and Martin had quite a big hit this morning, but we have been checked by the ambulance and the people at the hospital, and they've done a very good job, and we are both fine and we're able to leave.
That's good news, and on to Japan. But can you tell us, we have heard some words from you, but can you tell us again exactly what happened there? How on earth did that come to happen?
Everything was like normal, just I made an appreciation mistake. Between the bridge and actually the concrete was a small gap. You want to go fast, I saw that gap, I went there and I realized it wasn't there. I turned and we took the bridge in the middle of the car. So my mistake. Should have been able to avoid that, but as often in rallying, the smallest mistake can have massive consequences, and it was a proper shunt. Luckily, the cars and the safety equipment saved us from any injuries.
I don't know whether you've seen the video of Oit. He also thought he might try out your hay bale. He just managed to miss it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no link between mine and his mistake, I guess. Obviously he's pushing hard to defend his second place, and mistakes happen. But he knew at least that where he had to go to save it.
Good farmer out there, they're silage bales, I know that. But in the moment, they were hay bales. Okay, well, we've got to talk WRC2. Yan Qian's first win in WRC2. What a spectacular weekend for him. He's given us some great stage end interviews. We've enjoyed seeing him, and I reckon he's going to remember this one.
Yes, this is a bit of a kind of unbelievable scenario for him. He was third, then second, and finally won this event. You know, we used to say that the one who wins is the one who deserves. He was maybe not the fastest, but in the end, he managed to keep the car on the road, on the line. We know that his opponent, Kachon, did a mistake, and also yesterday evening, Rossell had a mechanical issue.
Yeah, and Grierson had all those problems as well. So Cherny, Maras, Dapra, and that is your top three of Central European Rally. All right, well, we know the score for WRC2. It was Oliver Solberg with his gold helmet and gloves that wins, but this is how the rest are shaping up. So Johan Russell in second, Rupe Korhonen in third. Roberto Dapra now moves himself up to fourth. So we know the winner of that, but that is just what else is going on in the WRC2. Well, I can't believe it. This half an hour has gone so quickly. That just gives you an idea of how much has happened this weekend already. So we move on to Japan. It's going to be another massively exciting round. It is the championship title fight that we'll be keeping our closest eyes on. Julian, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you along this weekend. What have you made of it all?
Thank you, Kiri. It was great to be with you also. I'm just thinking that in Toyota you don't have any team orders, you know, and we arrived in this position. The three guys will fight for the victory in Japan, in Toyota City. We're gonna have a wonderful show there, and it will be pure sport. And this is what I will keep in mind. Sometimes, you know, when you let it go, I will say, when you don't put extra rules, when you don't put artificial movement into the sport, then it delivers the best out of it. We will have some angry and hungry guys there.
And there is nothing quite like Rally Japan as well. All right, well, the Central European Rally comes to a close with Kalle Rothenpera victorious, but it is Elfyn Evans that leads our championship title fight as we go down to the last two rounds of the 2025 season. Kalle Rothenpera with 2 world champions under his belt, and Sébastien Ogier with 8 are tied on points, 13 behind. It has been the most exciting weekend, and it will continue all the way through Japan and Saudi Arabia. Julian, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your company wherever you are around the world. For now, it is goodbye. See you next time.
Bis bald.